U.S. officials say they are preparing to surge forces in the event of a conflict with China, including over Taiwan, with talks about intentions to possibly build up permanent bases. Mr. Joe Biden and his administration is taking a seemingly cowardly approach when it comes to talks with Chinese leaders about the U.S.'s capabilities and expectations in the future. While the latest jobs report tells a lot about the markets that Fed Chair Jerome Powell has been saying all along, which begs the question, should Americans be more concerned with the potentially likely threat and engagement by the surrounding Russian ships off the U.S.'s east coast, the China weather balloons flying overhead and spying on critical military sites and facilities, and their taking of inventory of our military fleet and manpower, the severe risk of these Chinese spy drones dropping out of the skies and killing many innocent people, or the current economy, jobs market, inflation, the recession, and rising fuel and food costs kicking off right before spring. Answers and so much more coming right up, folks. And please and thank you all in advance for all your continued support to help this channel with your thumbs up and likes that really go a long way with the algorithm. Welcome to all new subscribers and welcome back to returning subscribers. And if your concerns are centered primarily on the latter, well, there are several links in the description below aimed specifically at increasing income, saving money, building passive income streams, and investing for beginners. And for those more so concerned about the former and looking for more information on survival, training, and getting better prepared, please check out one of my other channels, link in the description below. There I will be posting more information, how-tos on real-life survival techniques, training, and tactical education. All right, folks, I don't like doing long intros, so let's get right into it. Oh, and if you are a homeowner, make sure that your home is protected. Never be caught off guard again by another very expensive, unexpected home repair. Get your free home warranty quote now. There's a link in the description down below this video. And if you have concerns about this economic storm and how your IRA and 401k will fare during these turbulent times, top experts are predicting now is the time to be protecting your assets with physical gold and silver. Find out why Genesis Gold Group is the #1 recommended company by your favorite preppers and homestead channels. Receive your Genesis Gold Group's free definitive gold guide today, or just give them a call at 1-800-200-GOLD. That's 1-800-200-4653. I'll be sure to link their website in the description. Check them out at www.genesisgoldgroup.com. Okay, folks, so on Wednesday afternoon, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell said over and over again, we are not done raising interest rates, and Wall Street just didn't listen. January's blowout jobs report posted Friday morning showed non-farm payrolls rose by nearly 3 times as much as economists had been expecting. And Jay Powell himself said, we would much rather raise rates too high and keep them high for too long than start cutting them a moment too soon. And so what does the Fed mean when they say Wall Street didn't listen? Well, it means that Jerome Powell wants to see more people losing their jobs, unemployed, and out of a steady paycheck, point blank. Instead, investors began penciling in near-term rate cuts. Risk assets boomed. The NASDAQ was up, crypto was up, and Cathie Wood was up as well. Hell, even the big short himself, Michael Burry, actually deleted his Twitter account as his sell call looked so foolish. Oops. So often during the recent press conference, we heard the words spoken by Fed Chair Powell of him mentioning disinflation. And he also said that so far it could only be seen in the prices of goods, not services, which apparently is an observation that anyone could have made for months just by merely visiting a gas station. So I just want to share with you all that the term disinflation is used to describe the slowing of price inflation. So in other words, it is a decrease in the rate of inflation, and just for clarification purposes, the term should not be confused with deflation, which is used to describe a negative inflation rate. And so basically what that all boils down to is we're not out of the woods yet, folks, at least not financially or economically. Although there has been some reprieve in the housing market, whereas by comparison, if someone was buying a $400,000 home today with a 20% down payment, the monthly payment is $293 less than it would have been just a few months ago in October. So if you purchased a home in October and financed with a mortgage, and the higher rates that peaked at 7.37% for a 30-year fixed, well, I guess you should have waited because you could have saved yourself some money. Because mortgage rates have dropped, and may be dropping more soon, with rates hitting 5% range for the first time since September. And so today, according to Mortgage News Daily, the average rate on the 30-year fixed mortgage has fallen to 5.99%. And the rate started the week at 6.21% and fell sharply Wednesday after Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell said inflation has eased somewhat but remains elevated, which, as a shift from previous language, that alone sent bond yields lower. And mortgage rates loosely following the yield on the 10-year Treasury saw a considerable dip as a result. And these lower mortgage interest rates are already appearing to be enticing buyer interest. While home builders' stocks are also reacting positively to earnings beats reported this week from Pulte Group and last week from the nation's largest home builder, D.R. Horton, both builders reported seeing renewed buyer interest in December, which they attributed to lower mortgage rates. Now let's see how long this will continue and if we will see an equal and opposite uptick in home listing prices and ultimately selling prices as a result. Although I don't think the market is quite that strong yet, especially with layoffs still looming on the horizon, as we can see here that it has gotten so bad that laid off Google employees are turning to a Discord server with nearly 18,000 members for emotional support and financial advice. And FedEx Freight announces additional furloughs, which the company confirmed on Friday. Thus, a continuation of several months of cost-cutting measures by the logistics giant. And the company said in response to business conditions continuing to impact volumes, FedEx Freight is enacting another temporary furlough in some U.S. markets to align our workforce with operational requirements. So folks, like I said before, we are not out of the woods yet, at least not economically nor financially. More on that to come. And yet what deserves perhaps our greatest amount of attention is what a U.S. general has said about his gut feeling about war with China, which is sparking alarm over predictions of the possible and potentially very deadly future conflict. So according to several news reports, a leaked memo from a U.S. four-star general saying his gut told him the U.S. would be at war with China in 2 years has prompted warnings about the danger of undisciplined predictions of a Taiwan Strait conflict. At a time when many would say the U.S. armed forces are at their weakest and woke politics have ruined and completely softened some enlisted soldiers while driving others to retire altogether. So go check out G.I. Justin and his most recent video upload when you're done watching this video. And he's an ex-U.S. Army helicopter pilot and has some very alarming intel to share about the current state of our U.S. military and our armed forces, with an emphasis on educating people to become better prepared. So I'd like to ask you all to please comment down below and let me know how you feel about the U.S.'s national security, planning, and preparation, especially with Mr. Biden at the helm, as well as your perceived threat level of an escalating conflict with China or possibly Russia or both, whilst keeping in mind that China and Russia are now as close as ever, and that could be a very serious problem for the U.S. It's important that we stay alert and continue to share this important information and, even more importantly, the facts, as we can continue to work together and help one another as a network, a community, a family, in becoming better prepared on a united front. Until next time, folks, you all please be kind to one another, and I will see you real soon. Take care.